up, everybody? I'm Dave Miranda, and this is episode 12 of Just Give Me 5. I hope you guys been having a good week, and you're all doing well. It's funny. Just last weekend, my mother and I were talking about the old WWF days, and I'm not gonna front. Like I don't follow the new stuff, but the 80s and the 90s, shit, forget about it. It's all I watched. My all-time favorite was The Ultimate Warrior, hands down, yo. But my second favorite was Macho Man Randy Savage. And so we were laughing because we were talking about how all the old interviews would be, he'd be up there and be like, Mean Gene, when I see, he'd always go, when I see Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5, yeah, it's gonna be a serious misunderstanding. It was just great shit, man. They were just so intense back then, man. And we were just cracking up, yo. But rest in peace to Ultimate Warrior, Mean Gene, and Macho Man Randy Savage. All legends from my childhood, man. So that's some real stuff right there. If you guys caught episode 11, though, we had the one and only Honey Bee on, and let me tell you, y'all better get at her for some custom art because she is taking off right now. I mean, just so busy, and I'm telling you, I still have my Tupac painting that she did for me in the hallway right on the wall. Like, it's spectacular, man. So make sure you guys get at her, man, because she's doing really, really well right now. So much love to Honey Bee, and make sure you guys watch episode 11. All right. But today's guest has been a prominent figure in the hip-hop scene in Arizona for over 15 years now. And when it comes to beatboxing, he is by far one of the greatest to ever do it. I mean, you got, Buffy of the Fat Boys, rest in peace, Dougie Fresh, you got Rahzel, you have Scratch from the Roots, the list goes on, right? But for me personally, I put him up with all of them. Hands down, man. It's like, it's funny too that I mentioned Dougie Fresh, Rahzel and Scratch because he was actually co-signed by all three of them. So that alone speaks volumes in itself. So, and did I mention that KRS-One had him rock on stage with them a few times also? I'm telling you, man, the dude is a gift, and he's just incredible with it, man. And so we're gonna definitely get into that right now. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you Element.
Yo, what up? This is Eric. Yo, this is Eric. Element. And all I'm saying is, you're ready? Just give me boom 1, boom 2, boom 3, boom 4. Just give me 5. Yeah, I started beatboxing, probably say the 8th grade into freshman year of high school. I really wanted to become a b-boy back in the day because that's what all my boys were doing. So, they're breakdancing. I'm like, man, I'm really trying to do this. I wasn't good. It's all good. So one day I'm watching, I think it was like Saturday morning, and this movie came on and changed my life forever. So it was Beat Street. Yeah, right? The main classic. So it was dope. I'm sitting there watching them go at it, battles, the b-boy battles. And then all of a sudden it gets to this Christmas scene and this dude starts beatboxing. And I'm all like, who's this? And all of a sudden, he's like, and I'm all like, yo, like this is dope. Forget b-boying. I'm doing this, beatboxing. This is what I want to do. Looked him up. It was Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh changed my life. So it was so dope because I didn't know that you could do that. You know what I'm saying? So I started beatboxing, putting all my energy into it. And then, high school, everybody was coming to me like, yo, give me that beat, Element. So I give them the beat, they're spitting over it. And then I started entering talent shows, man, just, left and right and, winning them. And then I got to the crazy superior level where I went to an ASU talent show still in high school and I won $300. Still remember this. Took the whole crew back to McDonald's. We supersized everything. Like everybody was supersized and stuff. So I was like, yeah, this, you know what I'm saying? Right? Everything. Extra sauce. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I got to keep going with it. And then I started off at Mill Avenue, at Jack in the Box, where everybody was just flowing, man. It was just that real hip hop feel. Like I was beatboxing. People were just spinning all day, not for minutes, but for hours. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. So after that, I started just You know, studying the greats, man, like, you know, Buffy, you know, Fat Boys, like it's Kenny Muhammad, the Human Orchestra, Dougie Fresh, Scratching the Roots, Rozelle, the Godfather of Noise, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you know, Michael Winslow from Police Academy had to do, remember the sound effect master, you know what I'm saying? So all those people, I was like, yo, I'm gonna study and I'm just gonna make my own style. So that's what I did. And then from there, just took off, and then people started hearing about me. You know, Ty, I seen him on your show, which was dope, you know, TMC. So his mom, God bless her soul, you know, she put me on Attitude Promotions. That's where I met you, Dave, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we go way back, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you rocking the shows, I'm rocking the shows with you. And then, you know, people are like, yo, we got to get this beatboxer on different venues, and people just start reaching out to me, you know, putting me on. You know, Justice and Cut the Logic, you know, mad props to him, and Monty J, just other people, you know what I'm saying, that just see my talent, radio stations and all that, and just said, hey, this dude can beatbox, let's see his skill on a whole different level, and just started putting me on venues, and which was dope, and kept my name out there. Yeah, so the process is kind of crazy. So I don't know if you want to get in the mind of every element, but you know, it's basically I break it down as every time I go and do a show, it doesn't matter how big, how small the show is, I look at the crowd. I'm always like, yo, you know, how many people's in the crowd? What's the age bracket? Like, is it like oldies, you know what I'm saying? Like my style generation, like 80s into the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like a Mary J. Blige or Method Man, you know. Or, you know what I'm saying, you might hit them with a little bit of Timberland, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically, I just do that, and then always got to hit them with a little bit of that. You know, something like that. But my whole process is just making the crowd, keeping them entertained. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that, you know, they look at me and they don't move. They're just like in awe, like, and, you know, make sure and just hit them with that. Very humbled by that. So to start off is I met Scratch at the West Coast Beatbox Battle that they had in Cali. I think it was 03, 04, 05, one of them, you know, it's been so long ago, but I remember just getting invited because they heard, you know, they had a beatbox out here in Arizona. So I was honored. It was part of the Val Movement crew out there that invited me down. So I was like, yeah, I definitely want to, you know, show my skills off. Never battled ever in my life. I always just entertained people, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'll try a battle out. Let me go down there and see what's up. So I remember just, you know, taking the drive down to Cali. It was like 11, 12 hours. It was crazy. So finally got there. Yeah, I got lost. It's okay. I know you're probably laughing, like 11, 12 hours? Yeah, it took that long. So I remember going down there and finally arriving, and yeah, just beatboxing, man. It was just crazy. And Scratch was there. He was doing his set. And I couldn't believe it. Like I walked in and I'm like, yo, Scratch. You know, this is Scratch. Like this is the dude I looked up to, as well as Dougie Fresh and all the other greats, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, this is dope. I get to meet Scratch. So I was like, cool. So after he got done, you know, I went up to him like, hey, what's up? You know, just to say what's up, and hey, I idolize you. You're super dope in the beatbox game. And he's like, oh, thank you, I appreciate that. So the battle started battling, just going, and I was just like having fun, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I'm glad I didn't go first because I had to see how the competition was. So I was like, okay, this is what you got to do. So I went up there, started killing it, I guess, you know. I didn't even know that I was winning. This is crazy. It's like I guess it was like 30 beatboxers that was there. So I remember just keep going through the flow, and they're like, element, winner, element, winner, element, winner. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then someone just tapped me on my shoulder, and he was all like, I think his dude was each box. He goes, yo, do you know that if you win next, you're going to the championship? And I'm all like, what? I was like, okay, that's what's up. So the round came up, I gave him my best, went crazy, won. I'm going to the championship. After I got done, Scratch is sitting in the front, calls me over. I'm all like, yo, what's up, man? He's all like, yo, I just want to say that you dope. I was just like, man, good luck on the championship round. Your skills are dope. And I'm like, thank you. Like just hearing that from him was on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, he just gave me props on my skills. So I went to the championship round. I lost. It's okay. You know, it happens. I didn't really care because it was my first time, and I won second place. So I didn't care. Like I was like, all right, Prince of the West Coast. I was happy with it. And that was it from there, you know what I'm saying? And then Dougie Fresh, oh my goodness, man, don't let me faint. Like Dougie Fresh gave me my props when Diddy did his Bad Boy comedy tour, and then they came here to Arizona. It was dope because I met one of the comedians that was on tour, and he sold me tickets to the show. And I remember meeting him after going to the show, and he's like, hey, I can get you a VIP pass backstage, because he's like, you're a beatboxer, you want to meet Dougie Fresh. And I'm all like, of course I want to meet Dougie Fresh. So I started shaking, like, I'm going to meet Dougie Fresh. I was like, the dude that inspired me to start beatboxing. So he took me in the back, and I remember walking through, and I seen Dougie Fresh on the door, but his door was closed. I was like, oh man, I ain't gonna meet him, but at least I get to see the door that says Dougie Fresh. I was like, that's the closest I can meet him. Anyway, I'm just chilling with all the comedians backstage, and I start beatboxing, and the comedians are like, they're having fun with me. I'm starting to beatbox, like, oh man, that's what's up. And then the dude comes, gets me, he goes, hey, Dougie Fresh is around the corner. Let's go meet him. I'm all like, okay, that's what's up. So I'm shaking. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember going around the corner, you know how he is. He's suited up, glasses, shades, and all that. And I'm just like, and then all the dude introduced me. He was like, hey, this kid, he's a good beatboxer. He wants to meet you. And he's like, oh, word? And I was like, hey, I was like, what's up? I couldn't talk. I was so nervous. I was like, hey, hey, I just want to say, I seen you on B Street. Like, you're so dope. I followed you. I listened to you and Slick Rick. Like, it's just like everything. I was just like, I sound like a big fanboy, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. Absolutely. So he's like, oh, you a beatboxer? Let me hear what you got. I want to hear something then. If you beatbox, if that's what you do. And I'm like, yeah. So I just remember I was like, going off. I was like, yo. I started going crazy, and he's just like, and he's all like, all right, you got skills. And I was like, really? I was like, really? He's like, yeah, you got skills. He's like, yeah, you're dope at it. He's like, keep it up. He's all like, I can see, big things for you in the future. And I'm like, thank you. He didn't have to say nothing. He could have been like, okay, and just nodded head and walked away. And that was it. That was dope. That's my Dougie Fresh story. I mean, he gave me props, so that's what's up. I mean, out of 20 years of beatbox, I have so many shows I could tell you about, but I'll say the first one that comes to mind, of course, is gonna be KRS-One, meeting the legend. Remember, yo, step into my world, yo, you know what I'm saying? So the way I got onto that show was he was doing a lecture at ASU, and I went down there and I had a shirt on that said the fifth element of hip hop, the beatbox. And I remember after his lecture, I went up to him, shook his hand, took a picture with him, and he grabbed me. He's all like, yo, your shirt is dope. He's like, you a beatboxer? And I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. He goes, you going to the show tonight? I was like, of course. I remember it was like at the old brick house. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go there. He's like, all right, guess what? I'm gonna put you on and we're gonna rock the mic together at the show. And I'm like, what? Say it again? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're gonna put on a show. He tells his manager gets my info, hits me up, tells me to come to the show, be there at such a time. I'm super nervous, right? I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I get there, waiting on KRS-One to come. He finally comes, right? He amped, hyped. He sees me, he's like, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Man, if you haven't been to a KRS-One show, you need to be at one, because the level of intensity of energy is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So he goes on stage and just, he murders it. It's KRS-One, he's killing it. And he gets to a part of the show where he introduces the 5 elements of hip hop. So, he's going through MCing, he had B-boys up there, so, they break in, getting it in, had a graffiti writer up there spraying, and then had the DJ just, cutting. And after that, he's like, but there's one more element y'all might not know about. It's the beatbox, the hidden element. And I'm like, here I go. So he gets me up on the show, gives him the mic, I go off. I mean, off. The crazy thing is, I don't know if I was supposed to give him just a regular beat for him to spit over, but I just went into performance mode. So I didn't even, I was like just going crazy. He's like, boom, boom, boom. And he was just like, and that was it. He's like, yo, you sing. Shook my hand, told me to introduce my name to the crowd to let everybody know who I was, and that was it. And then after that, I got to rock the mic with them again. It was dope, man. Amani J put me on with a Cutthroat, and that time I actually got to beatbox, and he was spitting over it, so it was dope. Like his lyrics and everything, and you know, everybody was freestyling through the crowd. So that one. So my number 2 that comes to mind would have to be, I'd probably have to say the MLK March. And I was probably, man, I don't know how many years ago that was. I had to go to the audition, and they had an audition actually to be on the show, which was crazy. And I got picked. There were so many MCs, you know, dancers, beatbox. I was only a beatboxer. And, you know, they're like, yo, you're dope. This is what we want you to do. We're going to have Marcus Houston perform. We want you to go on before Marcus Houston, and we want you to just light it up, kill the crowd. And I was just like, okay, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I could do that. I was like, you know what? I can even try to get a song that Marcus just performs and beatbox that before he goes up, just to kill it. And I remember just trying to remember the song that I was trying to do at the time. And I remember, you know, it came MLK Day down at the Phoenix Library, and they were calling me up, and I forgot the song. I forgot. I was like, what am I gonna do? So I'm standing there looking at thousands of people, and everybody's just staring at me, looking at me like, what am I gonna do? So I was just like, and the whole crowd just lit up, was like, oh, going crazy. And I was like, okay, I might. And then that's, you know, everybody's bumping T.I. back in the day, so I was like, and I just killed the set. I was just going up there, killing it, stopped. I was like, everybody was still applauding, jumped off stage, got my props. So that was an insane day. I'll never forget that. Like, it was so dope. I felt like a superstar that day. My third show, oh my goodness, I'd have to say, it'd have to be the Arizona Super Show that I recently did last year. The reason I say that is because shout out to DJ Mad Rich, man, for putting me on. It was so dope. I performed on the outside stage, and I came inside, and Lil Rob was doing his set, and then MC Magic was gonna go next, and Mad Rich was like, yo, do you wanna go up and hype up the crowd before MC Magic goes up? And I'm all like, yeah, what's up? Let me do this. So, mind you, I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm from Lawrence, Kansas. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a Chiefs fan my whole life. I have a Chiefs hat on. He introduces me. I'm in the Cardinal Stadium, y'all. Everybody's looking at me, and just mind, we just won the Super Bowl, and they're looking at me and they're like, okay, what are you gonna do? So I'm like, I gotta kill it. So I just remember I was like, you know what? Are y'all ready for those oldies? I was like, computer, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, everybody was like, oh, it was going crazy. And I was like, transform. Yeah, and everybody was like, oh, that's so dope. Thank goodness, man. I survived wearing a Chiefs hat in the Cardinal Stadium, but they all showed me love. It was so dope. I got off the stage, took pictures of everybody, and that was it. And I mean, I can't say like, this is slide one in there real quick. Yeah. Not say a fourth show, but shout out to Matt Locks, the whole Friday Night Flavors crew,
Absolutely.
because the 6-year anniversary was so dope. Like, people don't, like, you had to be there to understand what it was all about. Like, everybody was unified that day. It didn't matter what kind of beefs you had. Right when you stepped through the door, the beef was gone. It was just like everybody was there to put their skills down, get on the radio. And I remember me standing up, only beatboxer there, of course, standing up, and I just started beatboxing. And everybody just jumped on, everybody, and started spitting the lyrics and just killed it. So again, I gotta shout you out, man, because that was just a phenomenal night. Everybody was there, all the OGs, so. Man, it's a blessing, like seriously. I mean, all love. just knowing that, you know, you put like close to like 20 years into the game and everybody still shows you love, like people you run into on the street or anywhere on social media, if there's like a new B-Box video out, they tag you in it and they just say, hey, Element, have you seen this guy? Have you seen this girl B-Box? And I'm all like, no, but I'm like, thank you for thinking of me. Let me check it out. Oh yeah, you know, they dope. So I mean, I think it's just, you know, it's like, it's something that it's hard to explain, but you try to explain it, it's great. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. It's great. I appreciate all y'all that, you know, are still thinking of me. I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like all the love that you give to the universe, you know, it just comes back, you know, and it's a blessing. Yo, shout outs, of course, man. I gotta definitely shout out everybody. Man, if I forget you, sorry, but I'm gonna shout out first of all, can't forget God, because, you know, without God, you know, nothing's possible. Definitely want to shout out all the radio stations that kept me on, like in the past, man, just kept rocking with me. First off, you know, like Matt Locks, you know, Friday Night Flavors, Carly Hustle, Squeak, M2, DJ Mad Rich, and, you know, I remember you, you remember me, Melissa the Midnight Mamacita. I know you always love that when I did that at the station. So definitely that. Shout out, you know, Chino D, man. You already know, you know, Zulu Nation, bro. I got to shout out Justice, Cut the Logic, Monty J, Solidify, Tino Casino Radio, Apollo. Want to shout out DJ Bean, man, another dope beatboxer as well that, you know, he picked up basically the mic that I dropped down and picked it up and kept running with it. So everybody still knows about Arizona beatboxing with that as well. I want to shout out to my moms, man, for holding me down like always. My son, Jeremiah, I love you. I know you're going to be watching this episode. I'm telling you right now, I love that you beatbox here and there. I love that you're watching YouTube and you're starting to beatbox a little bit more. Hopefully you pick up the mic and run with it as well. If you don't, Dad still loves you. So yeah, and another thing, you know, I got to shout out, you already know. Yo, you know, Dave, Mr. Miranda, bro, we've been rocking the mics, you know, for years and years. Jimmy, putting that effect on the camera, you know what I'm saying? You know, make sure we look good, you know. So just want to shout out everybody. And all I want to say is, yo, keep the positivity, energy, and just keep pushing it forward. You know, that's all we need right now. We need more love in the world, man. Like, we got to squash all this hate and just keep supporting people. You know, people putting positivity in the community, support them, get them back 100%. So I just want to say thank you for everybody that kept rocking with us here and on out. I love y'all. Thank you. Peace.
And there you have it. What did I tell you? What did I tell you, huh? Man, much love and respect to the homie Element, yo. Like, just we go way back, man. He's just always been good people, you know, and just real good energy, man. You know what I'm saying? Just a good human being, you know. Man, this was awesome, man. Make sure you guys are following him on social media. Shout out to my good brother Jimmy Nelson on that camera. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, keep enjoying them as they continue on. And until next time, stay tuned, stay blessed, stay healthy. Just give me 5, y'all.